I'm here.
Oh, there you go. All wonderful. She's like, I'm here. She appeared. She said she appeared. She said, I'm here. Okay, so my next guest, she is so damn special to me. She's special in both ways, right? She's special, like unique and amazing, and I love her. And she's special in no, I ain't gonna say that. But she is so beautiful, right? You got the idea. But she's so beautiful. But let me tell you about this. This relationship has been an amazing relationship in so many ways. Right now, this girl is a star. She is a boss, the CEO of Nanny On the Go. She is the president of the director of the, let me make sure I get it right, director of family services for U.S. Nannies Association. She's a single mother of her toddler daughter. She just adopted her. The adoption went through right after we came back from Bali. I mean, she is amazing. When I say amazing, it's just, there's nothing she can't do. And this is the thing between when we talk about a God idea and a good idea. Kim is good at everything. Kim, let me tell you, when I got married the first time, all my hair came out and I needed to look pretty. And back then I wasn't into wigs and stuff. Honey, Kim came over the night before my wedding and swooped my hair up. Then I realized the person that was supposed to sing at my wedding, they wasn't showing up. So then I asked Kim, well, you said you can sing. Can you sing this song? She said, yeah, I'll sing it. So she had to do my hair. She had to sing at the wedding and she had to coordinate the wedding. It was so crazy, but she do all of that. She loves pets and animals, so she does dog grooming. I mean, there ain't nothing Kim can't do. She writes. She was in the first book of Diary of a Ready Woman. She is an excellent writer. I mean, there's just nothing. She's intelligent. She's business oriented. I mean, there's just nothing Kim cannot handle. But one of the things, like we talked about, is there's a difference between a good idea and a God idea. And she came up with her God idea about a couple of years ago. And that is Nanny On the Go, because she is a professional nanny. And so from being a professional nanny, she said, look, I can't be taking care of people's babies all my life. I need to be able to make this into a business that keeps paying me over and over and allows me to be in charge, and I can hire people and do these types of things. And that's exactly what this girl did, from her branding to everything. It was just so powerful. Now, you know, I got to toot my own horn because guess who was her business coach? Ta-da! Yes, me. And the thing that I love, and I've coached women in business before. I have several clients and they do well. But what was exceptional about her is she not only took what I said to do, but she did it, and then she added stuff to it, and immediately she was so shocked. Within like a few months of her just was getting the business all together, she already started making money like super, super fast. And now she's taking over her whole nanny industry. She's always speaking. She's doing everything. But now we talked about this. We said, listen, in the face of this COVID, we got to do something. And I thought that Kim was the best person to support you guys in getting off your ass and start that business. I don't care if it's a side hustle. You need something else. And so I want to introduce you to Miss Kimberly Brown of Nanny On the Go. She is an author, a speaker, and every damn thing else in between. Kimmy, welcome. Let me put the spotlight on so they can look at you. There you go. Kimmy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sitting there. Hi, Tanisha. I was enjoying this. Oh,
yes.
I forgot for a minute I was the speaker.
All right. So Kim, let's just hit it.
Hey, Cream.
What
Yeah.
inspired you, honestly? Because we all have, there's so many ideas out there to start businesses. There's so many different businesses you can start. What inspired you to create Nanny Kim on the Go? Like, what was the real thing that was between talking about it and being about it? What happened?
Um, I took on a job that it was too much, and my body started saying no. And I was like, okay, well, I'm still in my prime. What you mean? No, I've been doing this for years. Like, this is what I do. And what ended up happening is I took on this job, and I have an aunt. This one aunt is notorious in our family for never picking up the phone, never calling you back. And she called me one day and she was like, I'm usually the person that nobody can get in touch with. How many hours are you working? And when I thought about it, I was living with the family. I was working for them. I was doing all of this stuff. I was pretty much parenting their kids because they didn't really want to do anything. So that was my job. And they weren't paying me what I should have been paying when I realized I was working almost 70, 75 hours. Like, I was with them all day. And I said, no, this is not working. So I realized I had to sit down and really think about things, because I said, I've been doing this for years. I don't want to be 60 taking care of someone's infant child. I could, but that's not the goal. And I feel like when you put in your dues so long, that they should start paying you back.
Ooh, wait, that's a teachable moment. When you put in your dues, so some of y'all been on y'all's jobs for a long, long time, or you've been doing something for a long, long time, and you've been putting in your dues. You should see a repetition flow of a reward coming back to you.
Right.
I like that. Okay, so go ahead. You said it's time to get paid. Go ahead.
It's time to get paid. And I felt like, I was like, there had to be something that I loved, even if it was children, but some way to step out of this thing that I was doing at the time and still enjoy the children, still enjoy the family, but to figure out what it was. And I really had to sit down. I had one of those Tanisha come to Jesus moments in the middle of the night. And
it hit you in the middle of the night too?
It hit me in the middle of the night. I was laying in the bed, and I had several conversations that week with different people, like prior families I had been with, people that I knew that was family that were having a baby. But I became known as the person that, if you have a problem with your kid, or if you have something going on in your family, you call her, she'll know what to do. Like, that's the lady, that's the baby lady.
Like a real super nanny.
Yeah. And so literally, I was just like, I've been doing this for almost, at that time, over 20 years. And I was like, people need to pay me for all this information that I know. Because I went to school for this. I, bled this. This is what I know. So somebody will be willing to pay me to give them this information instead of me just giving it for free all the time. And that's really where it came from.
So when you started your process, how did you decide? Because I remember you was telling me your partner also has a business, and when you decided to get help, you didn't go to him, and he was like, wait a minute, why are you going to pay all this money to this girl? So what was the deciding factor of like, okay, I need to start a business? You had a person that you could have just naturally went to, but what was that process about hiring somebody to support you in developing the business?
You have to have, like Nikisha, I think you say your soul partner, like soul business
partner.
Yeah. Like your soulmate partner, you have to have that person in business, and you usually know who it is. There's always at least one person, if not two. There's always one person that you like, I love to hate them. Like, I love them because they're so cool, we get along, but anytime I want to talk about something important, they always pointing out what I'm doing wrong. That's the type of person that you need when you need to do what you want to do. Because unlike Tanisha, I'm the total opposite. Tanisha was like, I got it in my head, I'm doing it right now. I got it in my head, I rolled over and I went to sleep. I did not get up and I didn't start writing.
So we talked about that being two personalities.
There's two different bosses.
Personalities when it comes to business.
Yeah, there's two personalities. And you'll never really hear like all these gurus and all these different people talk about it because they don't want to be seen as that person. Mm-hmm. Nobody does. If they're a boss, they don't want to be seen as a procrastinator. Mm-hmm. You have people that I'll procrastinate. Like you have some people like my partner, and that's why I couldn't go to him because he's all work all day, all day. Like it doesn't cut off. We could be having a date and I'm just like, just cut it off. If I don't get it out right now, I'm not that person. Like I can get it out and I'm done. Now we go on to the next thing and then I can go back to it later. But there are some people like they can't sit down until their dream is like until it's a reality.
Right.
There are some people that are like me that I have a dream. I can make it a reality. I know I will make money and I know I can do it. Problem is I start doing a whole bunch of other stuff and then I get thrown off of the goal. So my goal when I came to Nikisha was I said, Nikisha is the person that made me move my ass. If Nikisha say, I'm going to do this or, you know, you need to do this and then call me back. And I'll be like, okay, well, how long do I have to call you back? She'll be like, soon. How about 4 or 5 days? I'll call you in 5 days. On that third day, if I didn't do anything, I'm gonna start doing it on that third day because I'm not gonna call Nikisha empty-handed. And he was like, well, why would you? I don't understand because you can do everything. Like Nikisha said, you can do everything. Why would you need to pay somebody to do something that you already can do yourself? I'm not paying for her to do it. I'm paying for the accountability. Yes. I need somebody to be accountable to because what people don't understand is the reason why you have these two different types of people is a lot of people aren't born entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. There are some people that are just born go-getters. They're born entrepreneurs. The other people are used to working for other people. They're used to clocking in. They're used to being told when to have something done. They used to be, hey, I need this worksheet I need to turn in. I need you to have this, analysis done by this time. They're used to clocking in and being told what to do. And when you have that mindset for so long, it's very hard to shift that mindset and say, now I'm a go-getter and I'm gonna just go do it. Mm-hmm. You won't do it. Mm-hmm. But if you make yourself accountable to somebody and that person says, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Tell me your idea. Tell me what you want and let's make it happen. And this is our time frame. Because you're used to working on a clock and being told what to do and when you should do it, it'll automatically be something that you do until you start to shift your mindset. But usually at the beginning, you need help. And that's what I needed. I was just like, I remember when I came to you, you was like, I don't see it. I don't see this as a business. I don't see it at all. What is it? And I'm just like, listen, it's a business, Nikisha. People will pay. And it took me getting the logo. It took us going through like all these steps and phone calls. And then finally she was like, I see it. This is gonna be big.
And then I got excited because even to this day, even though you're doing your thing, when I think of stuff, I'm calling you like, do this, implement this, try that. Did this work? Because it gets exciting. And that's the beautiful thing about that partnership is it's like I'm sharing with her birthing a baby and I'm helping her do that, and seeing that baby come to life and then you just be attached. I'm like the godmother of Nanny Kim on the Go.
It's true. It's true. And that's been like the thing, it does, sometimes stuff happens overnight and then sometimes, stuff just happens naturally. And I think the way to know if you really can figure out what you want to do, like I'll say what your passion is. I always say passion. It has to be a passion. My passion has been children. Like my whole life, I was the girl in church that everybody's baby sat with, like 4 babies on a row. I was the girl that always had a kid on my hip. I was the one at the football games with my little cousin. Like I was that person. In high school, right out of high school, my teacher that adopted a son hired me as a nanny, and I've been doing nanny work ever since. Now I've had other jobs. I'm great at a lot of things, but it's always the thing that I come back to. It's always what I love. And it's what I talk about a lot. Mm-hmm. So, I'm that person, if I'm watching a movie, at the end of the movie, I'm like, she was doing that parenting thing wrong. She should have did this. Mm-hmm. Like, so I catch
And that
myself
is
at
true. I
times.
like when you said that you keep coming back to it, because you and I met, I don't even remember how many years ago, Jesus, you were my HR assistant. I was a social worker and she was working in HR. She hired me. So she was doing that and did that well, you know, told me how to do my paperwork and all that stuff. She did that well. So I told you she was the wedding lady. She did my hair. I mean, even when we were in Bali, she was doing my hair, swooping it up, getting it in a ponytail. She is that person. But like you said, you could be good at all kind of things, a lot of good ideas. And we had recently was talking about this. I think it was in Bali. We were kind of talking about it. And she was like, I'm still going to do my dog grooming. I said, that don't have nothing with Nanny Kim on the Go. That's a hobby. She was like, no, I can make it. That's a hobby. Because she's naturally good at everything, but you want to stay focused. And then having that person help and coach you keeps you focused and keeps you with your tunnel vision. Because once you have tunnel vision, what I taught her was that once you get that business going and moving the way and it's feeding you and it's doing what you need, then you can break away and start something else, a dog grooming. Yep. You use the same, it's called rinse and repeat. You use the same process that you used to start that business, tweak it a little bit, and now you can apply it, because now you can hire people to run that business, and then you move over here to start the dog grooming business, or you have enough money to invest in somebody else dog grooming, you be a partner. So that's what we're talking about. So Kim, a time like now that people is so uncertain, why is now a good time out of any time to have a B plan? Or now B plans are starting to be A plans. Why do you think now is the time to start a business?
There's no wrong time to start a business.
There is no wrong time to start a business.
I mean, people that have money, they're always going to have money.
Ooh, say that again.
Yeah, people that have money, they always have money. The people that are like struggling right now, they're probably not your clients. Like, if you actually want to have a business, you have to make money, and the people that are going to buy from you, they still have their money. The people that are going to invest in you, they still have their money. So even like this, you know, I work in the nanny community, and unfortunately right now the nanny community is struggling and hurting. And it's because they don't listen to the leaders like myself or other people that say, make sure that you have a contract. Make sure that you save up for a rainy day. You're making all this money and you didn't save up for a rainy day. So now the rainy day has come. People can't go to work because they're on house, you know, the house arrest thing or whatever is going on. And, you know, unless you're an essential person, essential worker, then you stay home, which means you don't need a nanny. And you don't even know if you're working. Some people lost their jobs, so they had to let their nannies go. So what's I know, right? House arrest. He's like, house arrest.
I don't miss nothing.
You know, so, you know, they're home and they're, you know, they're missing out on funds, which is unfortunate. But it's like, what were you doing when you had the funds? Why weren't you putting it away? You have to save for a rainy day. And so what I was always taught when I was younger is, one, you have a career or your job, and two, you have that thing that is a like a skill that you learn. My career has always been nanny work. I love nanny. It paid me well. I worked my way up and it paid me a lot. And then my skill was dog grooming. If I get up and I move from New Jersey today, I can find a job as a dog groomer and then get a job as a nanny. Both of them just happen to be skills, but I can find a job anywhere I go in any country, you know. And so when you talk about businesses, you have to figure out, what do people need that will never run out? And what can I offer them? Like, what is my passion? Does my passion translate into something that someone needs? And if that is an answer, then you have a business.
Listen at this girl. Then you have a business.
Then you have a business.
Then you have a business. That is so, I love that. Take your passion and turn it into being paid. And especially now there's never a wrong time to start a business. And another thing I want to back up that we learned, like she said, you know, people who have money going to have money. People who don't have money, then they're probably not the ones you want to be, especially as a small business owner, you want to be tackling. But one of the things that I learned back, probably a while back, is never judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
I one time almost did not charge somebody what I normally charge them because I assumed, based on some other habits that I saw, that they would not be able to afford me. And it was so funny that when she tried to negotiate a certain price, I said, well, I can't do all that for this. And I said, I can do it for the larger amount, but if you need, some installments or something like that, I can do that. And she turned around to me and said, no, I'll just use my American Express. I'll just pay it all at one time. My heart was like, damn. So one of the principles that I taught Kim, and then I'll teach anybody working with me, is don't count people's money. You don't know what they have. Don't count people's money. Mm-hmm. But also, don't be trying to deal with people who ain't got no money, okay? And you're going to know by all the hemming and hawing and all that stuff they do. But starting a business is simple. And like she said, the first thing you're going to have that passion, which brings us to, and what I want to say about Kim is, she was a procrastinator, and that's why, and she also talked about having that soulmate person that is usually the opposite of you or can give you a little bit of different, because even as she supports me in my business, she's real detail oriented. I missed everything. She reads contracts. I look at the contract, see my name at the top and see when I'm supposed to turn it in and how much I owe to people. That's it. Or how much they owe me. She'll be like, did you see this clause? And did you see? I'll be like, no, but you need a soulmate business partner that can help you. So what we decided to do was come together, tell them your price and wait till they go get it. Kareem said, right. Tell them your price and wait till they go get it.
That's right.
Ladies. That is right.
Listen,
market.
Listen, I just was meeting, I had a meeting today with two of my nanny friends that are in Atlanta, and they're both still working, both still doing good. And the one girl said, I go to interviews and people want to talk me down off my price. And she said, having a nanny is a luxury. Mm-hmm. Would you go to Tesla and tell them that you'll take it for this? And I started laughing and I said, that is true. We are luxury. And I said, if you can't, no, we can't do that.
No.
We can't.
No, that is the truth. So what we want to offer you, Kim and I decided to bring our best brains. I'm the visionary. I get you plans and show you how to make the money, show you how to make it work, come up with your idea, the brainstorm chick. I do all of that. But detail oriented, and because she's fresh at this and been making it work for her, and she rose up really fast, we decided to come together and create something for those of you who know you're ready to make that bold move and go ahead and finally launch that damn business. Start and launch that damn business, okay? Because it's time for us. I really believe that everything is being put on hold so that we can rise, and this can be this transference, and we get in our right positions and start being wealthy, okay? Start using all of us, not depending on the job. This is a wake up. You can't depend on one source of income anymore. You can't do that. Those days are gone. And so it's time to make a bold move. And so those of you who even think you have something inside of you that you want to start a business, Kim and I have come together to support 12 women who want to start a business, but we're going to do it as a team because there's so much momentum when you have can you imagine having the accountability of 14 people, 12 women, 11 other women besides yourself, and Kim and I coming together to help you turn your passion into action. So From Passion to Action is the name of this program. It is a 7-week program. We do applications because we need to be able to see if you are ready and you have that fire, that you're going to not only be accountable to us as your coaches and mentors, but you're going to also be accountable to your sister friends in the group who need your advice, who need to know if you're, have that soulmate relationship with you. Can you imagine in the next, just say we get started 7 to 8, maybe 10 weeks later, you're already running a profit over and over. Cash is just flowing to you. You don't have to keep checking your bank account anymore. You don't have to have that panicky feeling. And most of the times you can do these businesses online, depending on what it is that you want to do. But we are creating from passion to action. And there's 7 modules. And the main thing from passion to action is helping you go from, create, execute, and cash flow. Create, execute, cash flow. But the beautiful thing about the passion is you're going to have fulfillment. A lot of us go from job to job to job to job. You get on the job and then you're frustrated, don't like the job, you're bored at the job because it ain't your passion. You are never going to be happy and totally fulfilled until you work in your passion, okay? And we need to make sure we set it up. Like Kim said, she kept coming to me with all these little good ideas. And I was like, no, how are we going to do money from this? How are you going to make money from that? It's a volunteer. Like, I don't get it. But you got to be able to make sure that that passion translates to cash flow. So the 7-week program is a roundtable mastermind. So you'll be working with us 2 hours, what is it, like 2.5 hours a week. 1 hour will be a class that either I will teach or Tim will alternate teaching the classes, each module. And then the other hour, you will be in a mastermind, which means each woman will have, depending on how many we have, 3 to 5 minutes to share where she is in her business, where she was that week, and what she's stuck on, and bring, and throw out her ideas. And you're going to get the feedback of the other women in your group to help you move forward and accelerate. So this is why we're able to do this quickly. See, right now, this COVID thing, we got to move fast, bold moves. We can't stair step. We can't wait 6 months for you to come up with the idea and get enough courage and all that. You got to do it. And when there's synergy, when women get together, when you get your seat at the table with other women, naturally we cheer each other on, but naturally we like to compete, So we got a little of this cheering on and competition going on. So we're going to do this. So you have an hour of class of teaching, and then you get your assignments, and then we have an hour of coming together to brainstorm for each other. Everybody gets their time to be heard, and then we'll help you break through where you're stuck. So we're going to that's a 7-week program. And let me just give you some of the content where we're going to go over. So week 1, I'm going to go fast because I have one little testimony. One more, Sierra's going to come on and do her bold move testimony. But number 1, you're going to unlock your soul passion. This is what we're going to get to the bottom of and see your skills, like Kim said, your skills versus what you're really passionate about. Then number 2, we're going to fashion your brand, which means we're going to go into the branding, looking at like Kim's. If you look at Kim's branding, it's amazing. She's got the little girl, the little globe, the little cartoon globe. And then she's in the front of a car, driving the car around the globe with all these little kids from all nationalities. And she's pointing the way. So Nanny Kim, that sticks in your head. Nanny Kim on the go. It works, okay? And then when you meet her, she's the same person. She's funny, she's animated, and so it matches who she is. So we're going to fashion your brand. Then number 3, we're going to teach you how to court your soulmate clients, okay? Because one thing, when I first started doing love, I was just, anybody who wanted love, I was trying to help them. But I realized those weren't my soulmate clients. My soulmate clients were women like me who had struggled with, am I too big to have love? Do I really need to lose weight? Am I really cute but too big to pull in anybody? Why do I keep having broken relationship? It must be because I'm fat. So that ended up being my soulmate client. And when you get your soulmate client, when I decided plus size women were my soulmate client, my income begin to double and triple each year, okay, until I start plateauing out because I don't have help. So we're going to help you learn how to get your soulmate client. Number 4, package made perfect. One of the things that we had to work on with Kim is putting a package together. Like, what you selling? You know, and sometimes you want to sell everything. You want to sell everything at once. Kareem said, this ain't Walmart. You can't sell all that stuff. You're going to have to start with your signature. Even people who come to me for support who are in direct sales. We got a lot of beautiful products. That's good. You got a lot of beautiful products, but don't focus on them. That's overwhelming to the consumer. Mm-hmm. Focus on the product that you love the best, so you feel like you can sell with your eyes closed. So we're going to, week 4, package made perfect. Number 5, making the connection. Making the connection is all about, and we got Kareem now, and I know he'll be able to help us, but making that connection is all about making your systems. What systems and things that you need to make sure that your business is on automation, that it runs smoothly. Okay. Number 6, lock in the commitment. How to get them damn sales. How to translate from, you know, she's interested to, I have the thing when I get money, go cha-ching, ka-cash, and the money starts falling. I love that thing, right? So how do you go from the good idea, the creation, execution, and then actually having the cash flow? So lock in the commitment. And then week 7, passion on the go. Passion on the go is, how do you assess the life of your business? How do you assess if you, if you did well, you didn't, if you need to tweak some stuff? How do you do that? How do you make an actual assessment to see if this is the way you need to go? Do you need to reroute some things? So we want to invite you again in that same email tomorrow. You will also have the opportunity to make a bold move and go ahead and work with Kim and I on taking your from passion to action, taking your passion to action. And so, you know, I'm excited. And what Kim came to me for, it was so funny, for the business, setting up the business. But out of that, I mean, she's now an author, she's a speaker, she's so much. She's planning a tour. COVID messing with her a little bit, but we might have to turn the tour into a virtual tour. But she just doing everything. And it was so funny. I sent an email. I thought I was sending it to Tanisha, but I sent it to Kim. Kim was writing it down. I said, oops, I sent you the wrong email. But she's always putting stuff on her plate. She doesn't mind. She feels like she can do it. But she's just, when you get in your passion, you start being a magnet for all kinds of goodness and overflow and abundance. And that's where she is. She's in abundance. Look at her looking like money. Look at her. I'm just looking like money, okay? I was telling my daughter, I said, ooh, Kim looking good. She got money. So Kim, what final word would you say to these women who have been playing around? They might have started several businesses and failed a few times, or they just have not had the courage to, you know, really even start, or the biggest one, I just don't have the time. Now, Kim, you was a single mother, you was a nanny, you was doing in school, just doing all kind of stuff. What do you say to these people?
If you want it, then you will make the time. I think that the biggest thing for any person, I don't want to just say, like some people say, oh, our people. It's not, it's everybody. Everybody has this thing of putting other people before themselves. And in a world where, like, we have COVID, you can't put anybody before you. You need to put yourself first and figure out what you need. And if what you need is security, freedom, you know, a life without worry, then you need to be an entrepreneur. That's how America is set up. That's how the world is set up. The world is actually set up for two type of people. Married couples. That's how our system runs. It's set up for 2 incomes for married couples, and it's set up for the business owners. That's it. Everybody else in between is just going to fall through the cracks. They'll never have enough money. It'll never be set. But I mean, there's so much money out there. Like I said, people that have money, they're still investing. People that have money, they're still hiring nannies. They're still paying me. Like, I'm not without money.
Mm.
I'm getting a check every week.
Mm.
So it doesn't matter to me that COVID happened and I'm in the house, because I'm online right now doing what I do. So it doesn't stop anything. I think that people get held up thinking that this is going to be too much for me. And when you have a team, when you have people behind you, when you have someone that you're accountable for, accountable to, and someone who is like literally on your team. And that's the thing that you, like, we were laughing and you were saying, like, her partner was like, why you got to pay this person? And I said, I'm paying for the accountability. I know that if I pay, there's something in our heads. If I get it for free, it's not worth anything to me. If somebody gave it to me for free. But if I invest my money and my time into something, I'm going to make it work. I'm going to put in the effort. Even if I'm like, listen, it's not working, but I'm going to at least make my money back. I'm going to break even before I quit. By the time you say, I'm going to break even, and you get your first client, that first client rush, it's a wrap. As soon as you get that first client, that first paying person, and that money cha-ching hits you like, I'm a business owner.
You addicted. How about when you used to make, when you look at what you used to make in a day? You had to be there all day, and then you just make that in like 30 minutes or something like that. It's crazy, right?
It's crazy. It's
so
crazy. So yeah, I mean, I feel like you may shortchange yourself sometimes, and you may think that you can't do it. But there's a book. It's a Christian author. I think he's a pastor, Rick Warren, and he wrote that book.
Don't move my cheese.
No, not that one. The Purpose-Driven. He did the Purpose-Driven Life, and literally he said everybody has this one question that they're born with: what am I here to do? Like, what am I here to do? And he goes into, because it's a Christian book. He goes into, we're here to worship. God made us to worship. We're made to be worshipers, and we're going in life. If we don't worship God, we're going to worship something, but we're going to worship. So, like, the thing is, God has put something in all of us that is a passion. We all have there's something that you can do that no one else can do like you. You just have to figure out how to turn that passion into money. And that is your purpose. Like, figure out, because once you're free, like people that worship the best are people that are like financially free. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
when
deep.
There's something about, yes, there's people that have, like, when they feel like they have less stress about money, and you can worry about other things, your family and other stuff. But when you are financially free, it's a different type of freedom. When you don't have to worry where your next meal is coming from, when COVID is happening and people are losing their jobs and you're wondering, am I going to be one of them? Am I going to get, like, being sick? Those are different types of worries. It's not money worry. Money worry could kill you. Money worry makes people go and shoot up and kill people. You know what I mean? Like, when they were like, Trump said that people are going to be suicidal if we don't get this, America running back. He's not lying. That's probably the only thing he said that is true, because people will lose their minds if they don't feel like they can provide. My partner, he was like, listen, if we don't get back to work soon and people are struggling in the city, they're going to start breaking into other people's houses and taking their money and taking it, because people have to have a sense of security. Being an entrepreneur and making it work, that's your sense of security. There's nothing that you should wait for. Like there's no reason to wait. So
thank you, Kim. Well, I am so
welcome.
excited about doing this program with you.